Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. This lesson is going to be entitled Sicarri. Fishing is spiritual, not carnal. Fishing is spiritual, not carnal. Now, this video, I'm going to be playing some footage coming from these guys at Sicarri. And you're probably going to hear about 3 or 4 of them speak. 2 or 3 different guys speak from Sicarri. This image you see on the screen is a still image that was taken from a video on the GMS Seattle page, right? The video was entitled Explaining Precept Upon Precept and Curses to Young Jake. Now, this was put up 10 years ago, all right, roughly, maybe a little bit over 10 years ago. Now, you see the guy at the bottom of the screen right here. This is none other than Alazar, all right? Chief High Priest, Dean, Big Brother, Almighty, Grand Poobah, so on, such and such, all right? Mr. All that. Anyway, the reason I'm showing this is because the guy has a thing where he says he's been in the truth 14 years. That's a damn lie. You ain't been in the truth 14 years. You're lying, okay? I've been in the truth longer than you. I've been in the truth 12 years, and when I came on the scene, you wasn't nowhere around. Nobody knew you. You wasn't even in the camp when I came in 2009. Nobody knew you, okay? You wasn't no guerrilla Hebrew. You wasn't doing none of that, all right? When I came into the truth, there was a Seattle camp, and you wasn't in it. Anyway, you see the guy here among GMS being schooled and trained up, just like the rest of the brothers was. Now, all of a sudden, he's this big, big master of the scriptures. You know this, you know that, which is boring. So it's again, old and it's tired. And then on top of that, now you got his offshoots. This guy, Hassad, suddenly now he's smelling himself the same way, pretending to be humble. And really, man, you guys, you just proud as hell. Now we're gonna, play some of these excerpts from this video that they did. The new thing, among others, they got a lot of falling all over themselves with pride. The shit is boring, But hey, I just want to bring forth some edification about this. Well, I'm gonna just tell you from the beginning what I see, and they're making a controversy of involving fishing. In this video, I don't know if it's in this clip right here, but in the video that they did, Sicarri reacts to GMS interaction in Harlem. Their thing is now they don't approve of the method of fishing that's been done or that's being done by brothers. To them, the sacrifice, like it's up to them, pride does that. But to them, the sacrifice being made by different brothers all over the earth, Sicarri. There is no Sicarri, Germany. Okay, like there's a GMS Germany. There's no Sicarri London like there's GMS London. And we can go on and on like that. But suddenly you think that you're the big daddies. You tell everybody, you're grading men's sacrifices, what they're doing. Suddenly they're not fishing now because they're not on a crowded street entertaining the people, doing debates and all kind of other madness, doing hip hop videos. So now suddenly it's not edifying. Our videos during the week are not edifying. They're just doing it to make a quota when all of that stuff is spiritual, And all it really is these guys now, they got a little bit of a following, got some people watching them, and they feeling themselves. They smelling their own, or they reading their own press clippings. They think they these great men of the Lord because a lot of people watch you. You forgot about Zechariah 13:8. 2/3 gonna be cut off and die. There's 2 times as many wicked Israelites as there are righteous. So don't pat yourselves on the back yet, okay? Anyway, we're going to get into it. Let's hear a little bit of what these guys talking about. Shit is maddening. So it's again, worthy among other words that I could use. Let me see if there's something I can go into from the beginning here. And, I think I really want to just get right into it because I got scriptures set up. But let's listen to this guy. All right. This is the first individual. This is Hassad voicing his disapproval about the level of teaching that's being done by brothers in Great Millstone. Now, I'll say this. I did listen to some of the video that I didn't get recorded. If you want to go there and watch it, if you can stomach it, you can do so. I know I heard him saying, brothers are not in profitable places teaching. And also, too, read the comments of some of these people on the comment board, because what you'll find is these guys on the comment board, they ain't doing the work themselves, but yet they think that it's up to them to give their opinion or their approval of where brothers teach, how they teach, this, that, and the other, right? Now this one guy, All Black 12, you can see right here from the beginning. And listen to his name, All Black 12. A guy with a beard and a bald fade and his head lined up, right? A hypocrite. He says Israel walking by lost as hell, and they speaking in the camera about Sicarri and IUIC. They jealous. Now, the thing is this: when you preach and teach on the streets, these guys don't exhibit the faith or understanding to know that fishing is a spiritual thing. Those that get woke up by the gospel, you ain't waking nobody up. It's got nothing to do with you preaching. It's got nothing to do with the spots you set up in. See, this is the whole thing. They're ready to pat themselves on the back because they get a lot of views because of them debates. And you know how Jake is. Jake like controversy and seeing people get cut and all that. That's all this is. You got a little following now. Now you think because a lot of people watch you and they approve of what you do, now suddenly the Most High dealing with y'all based upon the numbers that you getting. You know, the people that's watching your videos, and these people that's watching, they don't know what the fuck is going on. The people that wake up to the truth, they wake up because of the spirit of the Lord, not you, not the place you search out, you know, because I see one guy, he's going to say that, you know, they search out the demographics of the area. So fucking what? We got scriptures that prove and show you it doesn't matter where you teach. The Most High is in control of who wakes up, who receives the gospel, and who doesn't. It's got nothing to do with you. But again, this is more pride from these guys. Now, let's listen first to a little bit of this. So lock here for the ramble, but I had to get that in. Listen.
Like Alazar was saying earlier, the only way we're going to get out of this place is if brothers go and, you know, put in overtime and go, you know, really teach our people, not sit there making rebuke videos.
Now you're going off already. He said the only way we're going to get out of here is if brothers go and teach our people. Nope, that's not going to get you out of here by teaching our people, because the Lord ain't looking for our people. He's only dealing with the elect, and the elect was already chosen. Before you ever set foot out there to preach, before you open the book, the elect was already chosen. And see, this is just an attempt to lead a bunch of blind people who don't know what the fuck is going on. Because these jakes is carnal, man. These people on the comment boards, they don't know what the hell is going on. This is Romans 11 and 7. Jake turning this thing into a thing where you can pat yourself on the back because of where you go and teach at and how many people watch you. This is Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So no, this is not about teaching our people, and that's not going to get us out of here. You can go to every hood in America and teach as many Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans you want, and if they're not of the elect, you're not going to make any progress. So you can talk all that you want to talk, all right? It's the bottom line is that Jake, on a whole, is not going to get this. This is Romans 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. Yeah. If we had our way, all Israelites will receive this, but they're not. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. They can't get this. This is not for all Israel. This is Isaiah, I believe it's 29. It may be 28. Yeah, this is Isaiah 29, verse 9. It says, stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered. So on a whole, Israel is blinded. They're not gonna get, just because you go and you teach our people, that's not gonna speed up the process. The only thing going to speed up the process is when you get the elect of the house of Israel. Now, I know that they know those scriptures, but this is the way that this is how they operating. This is what Hassad said. He said, let's listen again.
So, again, like Alazar was saying earlier, the only way we're going to get out of this place is if brothers go and, you know, put in overtime and go, you know, really teach our people, not sit there.
Now, they're making it as if they're doing everything and they're the ones waking up, you know, that they're the ones doing it. You're not the ones waking up anybody, man. That's another point. You're not waking anybody up. You saying brothers put in overtime, but then here you are just scoffing, turning your nose up at the sacrifice that brothers give. You don't even understand the fact that when brothers make videos every day, even if it's the same type of video, so what? The spirit is what's conducting the ministry of the prophets. People are being edified every day we make videos. Every time we teach, somebody's being edified. Every video that comes out, somebody's being edified. So what if you don't like it? So what if you can't receive what's being brought out? Doesn't mean that somebody else is not. There's too much pride going on. Now all of a sudden, your man Alazar ain't been in the truth 14 years like he claimed, and you ain't been in the truth that long yourself. But suddenly somebody elected you to say what's acceptable as a sacrifice and what's not. You're proud, man. Listen further.
Making rebuke videos because a lot of y'all, bro, like you guys fill your quota like at 3 videos a week. It's not nothing edifying that's really coming out. It's just you guys just talk crazy about other brothers. It's just the same. It's like redundant.
Get it centered. Get it centered.
So according to this guy, all we do is make rebuke videos. Brothers go into every topic under the sun. Elements, right? Spiritual power, the Gentiles, the other nations, slavery, World War III. We go into all these topics. And this guy, here he is, talking about rebuke videos. And even rebuke videos. You guys go off and you don't want nobody to say nothing. That's all this really is. This is a bunch of pride. Anyway, let's continue on. And just keep on looking at the comment board as well, too. Listen more.
You have to move. You can't move it so freely. Just bring it in close. Mm-hmm. Move it back. Go ahead, Asad.
Yeah, so like you.
Push the light back. Push the light back.
And
now also too, this guy in the bottom, Sicarri Amanawa'ala, which you learned Paleo Hebrew from Great Millstone. All you guys did. He says they compensating for not teaching our people on the street. Now we teach on the street every week, and that's a damn lie. But what they're doing is because it's not entertaining. That's what Jake is into. Jake think, and even these guys, they think that since we ain't in the, some brothers is not in a place with a million people coming through, and they going back and forth and having exchanges with people that is not like it's not doing the work, like it's not fishing, and that's ridiculous. Okay, that's completely ridiculous. Let's listen further.
I'm gonna try to be as humble as I can. I haven't been in the truth that long, not nearly as long, definitely as Alazar, Deacon, Utah.
You see this guy on the bottom? Got to, yo. How you call yourself a teacher and not want to teach your own? What the fuck is you talking about? We can't make nobody listen. And I even heard on the comment board, I read on the comment board that somebody had mentioned that is somebody in South Carolina doing it in a vacation spot. If you talking about us in GMS, South Carolina, or me particularly, what the fuck you talking about? Every major city in the United States is a vacation spot. Myrtle Beach is a hot spot during the summer. How you gonna have an argument where, on the one hand, brothers ain't fishing because there's not a bunch of people, coming through, but then on the other hand, because there's literally thousands of people walk by traffic, and we out there bringing the word out, right? Yelling at the top of our lungs, some days reading in a high volume, interacting with the people, but that ain't good enough either because it's a vacation spot. Well, let me give you a heads up, Sonny, all you stupid niggas, okay? San Diego is a vacation spot. So is Dallas. So is Oakland. So is New York. Right? That's the whole point. And anyway, who gave you guys the authority, to say what location that a brother teaches in is not profitable? Who the fuck are you? Who elected you guys and made you these big gurus of fishing so that you can say what somebody should do? Don't the scriptures say, who would thou that judges another man's servant? Romans 14, is it? Yeah, it is. You see? We doing the work that the Most High told us to do. Where you go and set up at, that's where you go set up at. And we're going to prove to you through the scriptures that it don't matter where you go. The Spirit of the Lord, the word does not go out void, and the Spirit of the Lord is never wrong. Let's go on.
Cap. But I can definitely, just from the outside perspective looking in.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work. You got to look at the strip. Go ahead.
You correct me if I'm wrong too, Alazar. This is just me speaking from the outside looking in, even before I joined Sicarri.
Yes, sir.
The elders of Great Millstone, what they wanted, the people who they wanted to patch the torch to and continue to do their work and, fill their shoes, they're not in Great Millstone.
You see what they're trying to do? Now it's because they have a following and people watching them and their videos are entertaining. Now, who the apostles wanted to follow them, they're not in Great Millstone. Man, shut the fuck up, man. First off, the apostles will tell you it's not their work that they're doing. It's not their doctrine. This is not their ministry. It comes from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, through Yahushai. First off. Secondly, we have elders and apostles over us, and if they were displeased with something that was being done, they would correct it. So you're wrong. Okay, and then thirdly, your young ass, you ain't been in the truth long enough to tell anybody anything. Okay, Alazar got your head pumped up, and his head is pumped up. Two big head niggas, man. All right, I'm just gonna be straight with you. Two big head niggas, running your damn mouth like you know what the fuck is going on. You don't know what's going on. You guys, you're lightweights and you're new. You letting these people blow smoke up your ass and make you think that you these deep men of the Lord, and you're not. You're not deep men of the Lord. Let's listen to more.
They're not really.
Well, some of them are, but they didn't take the torch.
Right.
They're letting the elders keep a torch that they're not supposed to have because they're elders.
Now, this is ridiculous. So, according to them, brothers haven't taken the torch, but yet our camps have grown, and we have more camps and more places than you guys do. How did that happen? We didn't do it. The Spirit of the Lord did it. So according to what you're saying, the Spirit of the Lord is working more through the apostles of Great Millstone than through you. You might have camps I'm sure you got camps in a few places, but you don't have camps in London and Germany and Finland and Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and Mexico. Australia on the other side of the planet. You guys just running your mouth, man. You're doing that for them little few people that watch you. Now, you notice on their live stream, they got what? At this point, 385 people watching. You do some debates, you cut some Christians, and you make yourselves feel good. Okay, all well and good. But that does not mean that your sacrifice is more accepted than another man's sacrifice that don't get any views. But you don't understand that fishing is a spiritual thing, not a carnal one. Let's let them talk more, then we're going to get the scripts.
These guys aren't carrying the torch. They don't want to step up into the role that they're supposed to be stepping up into.
Now, what the fuck role is he talking about? Brothers out there teaching, right? We get views. You guys get views. Views really don't fucking matter. What torch are you talking about passing? What role are you talking about? Because we get making full proof of our ministries. What are you talking about? This is a thing of pride. They're carnal. They're saying because we got debates, we got merchandise, we got this, we got that. Suddenly you're doing what the Lord wants you to do, but not the other men. See, these guys are not spiritual whatsoever, man. Not spiritual whatsoever. I want to let this finish, and then I'm going to get all the scriptures I want to get. Check it out.
And that would actually do honor to the work of the elders.
Exactly.
Is continuing the work.
And that's why, you see brother like Alazar, you see Deacon Cat, Yatab, all brothers that were associated with Great Millstone on fire for a decade plus because of what? On
fire for a decade plus? What the fuck you talking about? You could say that if none of us was teaching, we all go out sometimes 2-3 times a week. Brothers go out and teach every week, and we make videos every day. Sorry, that's not acceptable to you, Hassad.
They took what the elders instilled in them and amplified it and kept going as opposed to just being stagnant and making the same type of video every single day just to fulfill your quota every week.
Hey, listen, when I met when I met the elders, man, in 2017, man, I cried. I fucking cried because
you're a goddamn groupie. That's why you cried. You more interested in meeting men. She's showing you that they're carnal. Which brother of us, and this doesn't mean that we don't love, respect, and revere our elders and apostles. But I ain't gonna cry to meet nobody, okay? That's the difference between us and you. We more interested in what Yahweh Shem Yahushua wants. You was interested in meeting men until you cried. Why would you cry? You act like you met Yahushua himself. Why would you cry? You see? Listen to these guys, man.
Like you just said, man, they instilled something in me that I'll do for the rest of my life. That I will never stop doing.
Now, in order to tear down brothers that's doing the work under GMS, right now, they're okay with all the elders, but you're going to hear Alazar talk negatively about everybody else other than Apostle Tahar. See? Don't be fooled by these guys. They're deceivers.
So to see, brothers not taking on that same spirit or doing less than what they instilled in us, it's sad, man. That shit sucks. And it's weird. You know what I'm saying? I was, like, man,
Now, what does he talk about? We're doing less. We're doing more. When I came into the truth, there was no quota or no limit told unto us to make videos. Brothers just did whatever they did through the spirit, right? And then it became do 3 videos a week. And then it became do videos every day if you can. We're doing more videos than we've ever done. No member in Great Millstone can watch every brother's videos. None of us can. What the fuck is these guys talking about? See, they're not really making it clear what they're saying, but the people on the comment board agree with them because they're just a bunch of followers. They're a bunch of lackeys, man. These people, and notice, the people on the comment board are not doing any videos. All Black 12, if you go to his page, you ain't gonna find no videos there. This guy ain't doing the work. LAAPTTMH ain't doing the work. He complaining about people being rebuked. It's a lot of that going on in Israel. Brothers always trying to point out stuff in other camps and think they know everything 100%. You don't even understand what the fuck is being said. Who said we know everything 100%? We said we had 100% truth, which we do, and you can't get it.
These brothers here is the reason why I dedicate my life to this, and now y'all are just behaving in such a manner that's so totally contrary to what you taught me. You know, I looked up to you guys so much, and now that y'all acting different, I'm gonna tell you this. On top of it, that's why it really magnifies when these brothers is acting the way they are. Like, this is not what we were taught. If we really had all of those videos back, you know, that we was watching in 2009, 10, and 11, before being, you know, separated from them, I'm talking about the behavior with the words is just not matching at all.
We still have the videos. What are you talking about? They're still up. Our works speak for us. We still have the videos. The Apostles videos from back in 2009, 8. They're still up in various places. I got videos that go back, you know, 2009, 2010. Well, I did until, you know, Daily Motion destroyed my site. What are you guys talking about, man? You just making a big fuss. And the stupid Israelites that watch you, that like it, entertainment, they're agreeing with you.
I tell people a lot, like, the way you guys are looking at GMS now, that's not who they were. You know what I'm saying? Like they were the men in these streets.
Period.
They was the man in these streets. I'm talking about, damn homie. In 2010, you was the man, homie. Like they was everything. They was people. They had precepts. They was doing the work. I'm talking about they was the living example of what it is to be a prophet. And when you look at them now, it's like, what in the hell happened? Got to be some sort of uncontrollable ass drug.
But Ariella just said, if you've ever gone fishing, you know you're going to have to throw out more lines than fish you're going to bring in. So this work is a numbers game. We got to push this truth in overdrive. The more we push it out, the more fish we're going to catch. Right? All praise Yahweh. The more we push this out, the more fish we're going to catch. Right? When the two bro, who was that? Andrew. Was it Andrew and Philip?
It's Andrew and Peter.
Andrew and Peter. Remember, they threw it. They were casting a net. Right? That's huge as hell, made for the purpose of collecting as many fish as possible. And Yahweh said, I'm going to have you do that for men now. You're going to be.
Now, you see what he's saying and what you see and put on the comment board. This is what they're going in on. They're basing what they're saying based off the number of people. This guy, Ariella Sicarri, says, if you've ever gone fishing, you know you're not going to have to throw. You're going to have to throw out more lines than fish you're going to bring in. So this work is a numbers game. We got to push this truth in overdrive. And then this guy, Shamar Yashar, says, Chief, remember you would look up the demographics of a potential location first. You see, giving themselves the credit for the amount of people that they bring in. It's not about the spirit with them. It's about what they're doing. They're the ones. They took the torch. They're running with it. You know, the locations they go to, they don't need nobody. Fishing is spiritual. You're not, first off, you ain't waking nobody up. And where men go to teach, because they also prefaced it by saying earlier in the video that the spots that brothers go to, you know, they just talking in the camera, this, that, and the other. Well, there's people always around us. Always. Even, especially when, you know, during the summertime, in spring, there's always people present. We in every major city. What the fuck are you guys talking about, man? You just bigging yourself. You're trying to big yourselves up as if you these great men of the Lord, you know. And he said it's about how many. It's a numbers game. No, it's not. The only numbers that we concerned with is 144,000. The 1/3, if you want to say that, because we preach the word and the Most High does the rest. But see, they don't see that spiritually. That's all it's about, preaching the word. It ain't about how many people you bring in, because it's not up to you. We're gonna prove that in the scriptures. Just let this finish off.
Fishers of men now, right? Segadores, I believe. No, not Segador. Segador is something else. I think it's Piscador or something like that in the Spanish. You're gonna do that for men.
Okay. Let's hit these scriptures now, because these guys are making it seem as though it's a particular location you go to, or that you got to scout out, do all this. Let's just get it. Don't take my word for it. Let's read it in the scriptures. This is Isaiah 34:16. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Let's see if it's your location that's going to bring people in. Let's see if it's how much what particular area you in, or how you speak that's going to wake people up. Let's see. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. You see that? The spirit of the Lord is doing the gathering. You ain't waking nobody up. Stop pounding your chest, making like you these great men of the Lord, and it's because of you that people are waking up. And he hath cast a lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line. And this is the prophets. Every man of the Lord that's doing the work, they have a particular lot that was set up for them before the foundation of the earth. And you ain't nobody to say who does this. These guys go here. These guys go there. This spot is not good. Look at us. We doing this. You don't know what's going on. They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation shall they dwell therein. The spirit of the Lord is doing this work. It ain't got nothing to do with men. Let's read here. Making as if a particular spot, is hey, you got to remember this. This is the word of the Lord. Isaiah 59 verse 1. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. You understand that? Don't matter where we go and preach the gospel at. The Most High is going to wake up people. Okay? Now, sure, the scriptures say, let's go to Proverbs. Go to the chief place of concourse. And brothers, do that. Just because it ain't 1,000 million people every video you watch and it ain't entertaining to the, it's not entertainment and it's just the word coming out, you act like that's a problem. Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets. It don't say on a certain street. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? That's the requirements. Go out into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. The Most High is in control of even those that come and interact with you. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Matthew 22:9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. Hey, brothers, do that. You see? And you have to understand and know that the Most High's word don't go out void. What the fuck is these guys talking about? The word of the Lord does not go out void. If I go to a place, that's not as populated and I preach the word, number one, the Most High is the one that ordered my steps. Number two, the Most High is also, point one, the Most High ordered my steps and those that come where I am. Wherever you go and preach, the Lord will send those that are intended to hear the gospel right to your location. I don't have to go to Las Vegas and stand on the strip right in the middle of chaos to try to preach the word of the Lord, because I'm trying to, that means I'm doing the work more than the man that's over here on another street that's not as busy. It's the chief place of concourse, is it not? Still, you don't go to where chaos is to try to teach the word, man. You think your sacrifice is better than mine because I'm in a small town. In the chief place of concourse in a small town as opposed to a chief place of concourse in a major city where the pimps and hoes, the druggies and the prostitutes is at. You think you're better off than me? You guys don't understand what the hell is going on. The word of the Lord is undefeated, and it won't go out void. If you go and you prophesy the word, you're going to bring in a desired amount because the word is going to do it. Let me go here. I just want to read this. This is Isaiah 55. And I'll start at verse 10. It says, For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. Wait a minute. Did it say it shall not return to me void if I go to a place that Hassad approves of? No, it didn't say that. Did it say that if I go to a place where all black 12 approves of, it won't go out void, but otherwise it will? No, it's impossible. The word of the Lord will bring forth the desired amount. And brothers in Great Millstone know that. We ain't trying to impress people by where we go to teach. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. You see that? No matter where you go and you preach the word of the Lord. And another thing to be noted is that man's goings are of the Lord. Where's that scripture? Proverbs 16:9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. Now these guys make it seem as though if a brother go to a particular place and preach, like it's in vain, you know? No, it's not in vain. And on top of that, wherever men go and preach at and teach at, the Most High is the one that's directing our steps. So really, when you talk about, you speak against where men go and preach at, you're speaking against the way of the Lord. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. You understand that? Let's also get Proverbs 20 and 24. And it reads, Slakia. And it reads, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Fishing is spiritual. It's not a carnal thing. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Now, I wouldn't go to a place that I didn't search out first, that I didn't scout out. So there's nothing wrong with you doing that, but don't make it as though you deserve the credit. Like, Chief, if you wouldn't have chose this wonderful spot, nobody would have woke up. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And let's show you that in a couple of places. Before we get to fishers of men, let's go here to Matthew 3. Because John the Baptist preached in the wilderness. It says Matthew 3:1, the preaching of John the Baptist. Listen close. In those days came John the Baptist preaching in the wilderness of Judea. You hear that? Why would he be preaching in the wilderness? Wouldn't that be going off? You ain't really doing the work, John the Baptist. You in the wilderness. You need to go to the city. It doesn't matter. The Most High will send those that want to hear the word or need to hear it because he's in control. You have to understand the Most High is always in control, right? Fishing is a spiritual thing. It's not a carnal thing. You have to know within yourself as a man of the Lord or a follower of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that where you go and you set up the preaching sincerity, the Most High intends for somebody to come, he's going to send them where you are. In those days came John the Baptist preaching in the wilderness of Judea and saying, repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You see? Verse 3 says, for this is he that was spoken of by the prophet Isaiah, saying, the voice of one crying in the wilderness. Salakia, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make it pass straight. And you can go to Isaiah 40 and read that. Isaiah 40, right? Right here. Isaiah 40:3, it says, the voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our power. Now, one may say, well, it's talking about a spiritual. It's the wilderness is spiritual because Israel is lost in it. Why that may be true. When you read in the scriptures and other places, there are literal places that were deserted and there were wildernesses and men were there. And the Most High hooked it up to where the individuals that needed to hear the word heard the word by those that were set up in that area. This is Acts 8:26. And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, arise and go toward the south unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. What? Yeah, desert. He sent the Most High, right? Spake unto Philip and sent him to a place that was deserted. For what purpose? For one individual. At this particular time, it was for the Ethiopian eunuch. And the Most High will do the same thing now. And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, arise and go toward the south unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, an eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of the Ethiopians, who had the charge of all her treasure and had come to Jerusalem for to worship, was returning and sitting in his chariot, read Esaias the prophet. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near and join thyself to this chariot. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Esaias and said, Understandest thou what thou readest? And he said, How can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he should come up and sit with him. Now, what you have to understand about this is the Ethiopian eunuch had no idea that this was about to happen. He was just reading the scriptures, right? And it's the same thing when we out on the highways and hedges and we preaching the gospel. You have no idea how many times you might be in a spot and you say, why did the Most High sent me here? And then before you know it, somebody comes along and they say, man, I had a dream this was going to happen. Or I've been asking the Lord to send somebody to teach me. This is what these guys miss. They don't understand that because they're carnal. They're carnal men. They don't understand that fishing is spiritual. We do our part. We go and we preach the word wherever we go. And the Most High will send those that he intends to hear the word right where you are. Whether it's in a area that's not as, you watch it, certain guys come on the comment board, they say to the apostles, oh, that spot is this, or you guys ain't among the people. We always among the people. Just because maybe we just got the camera turned where you can't see the people. When we in Myrtle Beach, there's thousands of people coming by. But in the off season, there ain't thousands of people coming by, but we still in the same locations. When I was in Phoenix, Arizona, it wasn't as populated as, in the spots we were, but there was still plenty of people coming by. There were people that stopped and wanted to hear the word, right? Same thing when we in, Orlando or Tampa, wherever we at. When I was in Dallas recently, there was thousands of people coming by Friday night in Dallas, but you couldn't see the people the way we had the camera turned. But this is just another tactic of carnal niggas who think they on the level. They think they some top men of the Lord because they've been in some battles. You have to realize that this word, preaching it, is about the glory of the Almighty, not your own glory. And you can see it. It's coming out of them. This is Matthew 5:16. It says, let your light, you know what? Let's go to 14. It says, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on the hill cannot be hid. And we are the light of the world. The Hebrew Israelites. You a preacher, a teacher of righteousness. You can't, every time you go out and preach, you ain't always going to be in a place that's a popular spot where millions of people coming by. Sometimes your assignment going to be the Most High going to put a different assignment on you. He going to have you go to a different location. We ain't there for popularity. We there to do the work in sincerity, whether some listen or whether none listen. But see, when you are a popularity Israelite and you're doing it for a show, you can say this type of shit and all the carnal people are going to follow you. You have to remember that there are 2 times more wicked Israelites than there are righteous. So naturally, the carnal ass niggas going to gravitate toward those that keep a lot of shit going on. That's really all this is. You guys are not popular as us. Who gives a fuck? Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on the hill cannot be hid. And people still come to Great Millstone. Why is it that of all the people that people got questions for, even if they ask you guys questions, they come and try to find us first every day? Our comment boards is lit up with questions of people that watch us. You really think that you got more people watching you than the apostles had watching them and us over the years? Don't play yourselves. You ain't ready for this. And really, you just hurt because you're getting lit up with these scripts and you mad. That's why Deacon keep trying to pick little fights and little arguments because he's mad, because he been getting rebuked. You guys been getting exposed. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and they give it light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works. So yeah, you do want people to see your good works, in which we do. But why? So we can big ourselves up? No. Let's read it. That they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. It ain't got nothing to do with us. It's got to do with the Almighty. It's got to do with his son, Yahweh Shai, not us. But you guys, you missed that. Fishing is a spiritual thing. It's not a carnal thing. It's not nothing to do with, who you look at and you look at and you glorify yourselves. You see? Or who people look at them and say, man, those guys Sicarri, man, that's impressive. How many people watch them? This is Matthew 4:19. And then somebody brought up this about fishers of men. When you go fishing, you cast out the net. Sometimes you're going to fish in a smaller place. It might not be as many fish in the pond. Everybody know that. Sometimes you're going to get a lot of fish. Sometimes you ain't going to get no fish. Right? We all know that, man. But they making a big deal out of it. Why? Because they want to be noticed as these great men of the Lord doing all this work. You know? You saying it's a numbers game. Well, yes and no. We're looking forward for the elect, right? But it ain't got nothing to do. You could, hey, like we said, it's 2 times more wicked Israelites than righteous. So don't get caught up on numbers. This is Matthew 4:18. And Yahushua walking by the Sea of Galilee saw 2 brethren, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. You see that? He said, follow him. And you guys don't even worship. You know, you want to turn away from Yahushua being worshipped. This is Mark 1:16. Now, as he walked by the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew his brother casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And Yahushua said unto them, come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men. You got to be turned into that. You can't just go and just do what you want to do. You have to understand, you know, how to become fishers of men. And just because you bring somebody, you bring them the gospel, and a bunch of people listen to you, hey, only a very few is really going to be real true believers. The scriptures tell you that. You're going to bring in some bad and some good, which Alazar, he speaks on that, which I'm going to have to make another part to this. This is Matthew 13:47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is likened to a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. And you just have to understand this is parabolic speech. Now, this guy's, Alazar came on there at the end and said, the more you throw out, the more fish you're going to bring in. It's a numbers game. Well, you know what? You're right on some aspect of that, but you ain't got more lines in the water than Great Millstone do. Don't embarrass yourself. You think you got more videos than we got? You don't have more videos than I got on these pages. You guys ain't doing the work like that. You just outnumbering you outdoing us. Come on, man. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. Your fishing game ain't no better than nobody else's, because really at the end of the day, it's the Lord doing the fishing, not you. It's not you doing the fishing. It's the Most High. We read that in Isaiah 34. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to grab on this. Yeah, this is something else here. These guys don't understand. They don't really understand what's going on. They too busy trying to big themselves up. And we're gonna have to come back, and I'm gonna have to play the other video and go into some of the madness that Alazar was dealing with, which really is just an attempt to sow discord, which we'll deal with that on another video. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters understand that fishing is a spiritual work. It's not a carnal one. You can't pat yourself on the back about how many people come into the truth or even wake up, because it's not about you. It's about what the Most High is doing, right? We're his mouthpiece, but we don't wake anybody up. Anyway, we see right through you guys. You ain't on it like that. Hassad, you really just need to shut the fuck up. You ain't not qualified to say anything about anybody. And your leader, Alazar, he ain't been in the truth no 14 years. That dude ain't been in the truth that long. Just because he started learning the truth don't mean that you're in it. Okay? And like I said, I came in the truth in September 2009, and there was no Alazar nowhere around. He wasn't nowhere around. There wasn't but a few members in the Seattle camp when I came in, and he wasn't one of them. But that's neither here nor there. These guys are running their mouths about people trying to compensate for not teaching our people on the street. You show me any videos where I taught, right, and ain't nobody come by. That's fucking stupid. And again, brothers that teach in different locations, whether people come by or not, man's goings are of the Lord. The Most High is the one directing our steps. We don't have to prove shit to you. But I just showed through the scriptures, Lord willing. Let me take it off me. The Spirit of the Lord shows us all through the scriptures that fishing is a spiritual act, not a carnal one. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.